welcome to Delightful, Delicious, Delovely. Easy for me to say, Delightful, Delicious, Delovely. My name is Christine Elise, and today I am going to be making a vegan black bean and peanut butter brownies. I discovered these brownies in January. I went on this cleanse that you couldn't have anything really. You couldn't have sugar, gluten, caffeine, alcohol, what else? No coffee, no sugar, it was nothing. You could have anything that could produce inflammation was meant to be cut out of the diet. People were living on these shakes. I didn't do the shake portion of it, but it was protein. It was a very high protein diet. I gave up meat in the 80s. I gave it up for ethical reasons. But I didn't make any effort to replace the meat that I stopped eating with another form of protein. I don't buy into the American protein myth. I feel like we're told we need way more of it than we do. Everyone's different, of course. I think that I'm particularly protein intolerant. I don't think my body really needs much of it. So anyway, I literally have never made a meal choice based on the protein content. It's just something I never think about, ever. Sometimes I crave peanut butter, sometimes I crave beans, whatever. It doesn't happen very often, but when I do, I assume that is because I need protein. But I really feel like your body, if you can listen to it, it'll tell you the things that you need. Anyway, I'm rambling. But this is a bean-based brownie. There's no flour in it. There's just beans. And here's another weird thing. Never crossed my mind that cocoa wasn't chocolate, or that chocolate was vegan. Like this baking cocoa is just cocoa. It's vegan. And these chocolate chips I bought, these glorious Scharfenberger baking chunks. Baking chunks. I'm not a sugar person at all because I drink. This stuff's kind of intense though. But yeah, this is where I get the bulk of the sugar that's in my diet. But even I'm not immune to the phrase baking chunks. Fine artisan dark chocolate, it says, but then the ingredients, it's not chocolate, it's cocoa. So anyway, pretty fantastic stuff, and I'm going to start it right now. I'm going to get to it. I'm rambling. All right, so I already have in this food processor, I have 1 can of black beans, a 15-ounce can of black beans that have been drained and rinsed. Now I'm going to use 2 of these egg replacer stuff. I have no idea where I got it. When I see these vegan things around, I grab them, even if I have no intent to use them in the near future. So I have no idea where I got this. It could have been in a store, could have been on Amazon, I don't know. Anyway, that is what I'm using. I'm putting in what they told me on the box was 2 eggs worth. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. I'm going to add half a cup of this cocoa powder. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. This is a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of vanilla. I can't believe I have this little bullshit tiny vanilla thing. I don't know. It's not even open yet. Rats. I don't usually buy my stuff in such tiny portions. I must have been at the Gelson's and couldn't afford the $75 they charge for a bigger one. Anyway, a teaspoon. How many teaspoons are even in this? 4? Why would you buy something so tiny? Yeah, I did it. And I'm going to add also about a 1/4 cup of agave. And I'm going to add maybe 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you have some nice chunky sea salt around and you like a salted chocolate, which I do, I don't have any nice good sea salt around it. This pink Himalayan salt, I don't know if it's quite the same, but you could, when these things, before they go in the oven, you could top them with some salt and it might be a nice touch. All right, pureeing. I thought I was. It's backwards. So this Fernet Branca stuff, I worked on a show a couple of years ago in post-production, I worked on a show called Best Bars in America. It was a really fun show to work on. It's basically a tourist, these two comedians go to bars all around the country and try fancy drinks and go to local, landmarks and new hip places and speakeasies, etc. And this Fernet Branca was what all the bartenders swore by. They swear by it as a hangover cure. It's pretty intense stuff. It tastes like licorice. Poisonous licorice. I don't think, when I've got a hangover, I don't think I can stomach that stuff. But for you diehards, I can't even drink brown alcohol really very well, so a bit of a puss when it comes to that. I need scissors. So I'm going to add, I don't know, third of a cup. Let's go a little heavier, why not, right? But between a third and a half a cup of those guys are in there. I'm going to pulse them around a little bit just to mix them in. All right, that's it. I'm going to let me see how thick it is first. Whoops. It's about the thickness of frosting. Let me show you. So it's about the thickness of frosting. I think because it's beans and not flour, it needs to be thicker than wetter, like an average, like a traditional brownie would be more pourable. This is more spreadable. I'm going to get the 8x8 pan that I'm going to cook it in now. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I've got an 8x8 pan here. I sprayed it with some cooking spray, and now I'm going to spread this stuff in here. These were a big hit. I brought them, they were on the actual cleanse, not this recipe, but one similar to it. Was on the cleanse that I did in January, and I brought them to the gym. I just didn't want to eat a whole tray of brownies myself, which, given the fact that I couldn't really eat anything, couldn't have coffee, couldn't have tea, couldn't have wine, couldn't have, it was really kind of brutal. Began to crave sugar in a way that I don't typically, so I probably would have eaten the whole tray of them had they been here for me to devour. So I brought them to the gym one night, and everybody, half the people there were on the cleanse too, and these things went away pretty quickly. It's pretty convincing. I can't believe I'd never heard of making brownies from black beans before. It's a pretty fantastic concept. All right, and now I'm going to just spread this around. All right, that looks good. I want to eat that. Now I'm going to dollop a few little bits of peanut butter on top. Oops. This is a natural, actually this is almond butter. This was actually on that diet too. It's 100% almonds. There's nothing else in it but almonds. It's pretty fantastic stuff. I was very pleased with it when I couldn't eat anything else. All right, so I'm gonna take a whatchamacallit thing. A whatchamacallit thing. That explains it, right? A skewer, and I'm going to swirl it around a little bit in there. Okay. A little bit more peanut butter on this end over here. Look a little peanut butter free. All right. All right, and then I'm just going to top it with some more of these little baking chunks. All right. That's it. Now I'm going to put it in the oven. The oven's at 350. It's going to be in there for 35, 40 minutes. I would check it before that, though. I would check it at 25. I'm going to do so, and I'll be back when it's out of the oven. All right, I'm back, and there it is. It's a beautiful thing out of the oven. It only took about 20 minutes, so it's separated from it's dry on the top, and it's separating from the sides a little bit, and it's pretty solid. Not solid enough to cut into. I'm going to give it a good half hour before I cut into it, but it smells ridiculous. It smells so good. It crossed my mind though earlier that perhaps I'm pronouncing this wrong. Is it Fernet or Fernet Branca? Fernet, Fernet, somebody knows. Would you tell me in the notes so I don't walk around sounding stupid? Yeah, so anyway, that's that. That is my recipe for vegan, what are they? Vegan black bean peanut butter brownies. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And my name is Christine Elise, and this is Delightful, Delicious, Lovely. Thanks. Bye-bye.